Yeah, understand. Here we go. We're back at it again. It is another day. It's all about the 2025 Tokyo World Championships. It is another episode of Track and Tingz with me, Kareem Boy at Tingz, and my lovely panelists who are here. Jamaica is still number 5 on the medal tally. We have 6 medals. Didn't get any medals today, but we have some great finalists, and we can't wait for you to hear who do we think will be adding on to our medal tally. But before we get started, we have to thank our sponsors. Obviously, we're still here at Tac Bar, located inside Devon's house. You guys can go ahead and follow them at Tac Bar Jamaica on Instagram. Also, Domos Windows and Doors.
Looking for high quality windows and doors that stand the test of time? Choose Domos Windows and Doors, located in Kingston, Jamaica. Built for security, style, and hurricane resistance. Fast delivery island-wide. Professional installation you can trust. Exceptional customer service every step of the way. All backed by a 20-year UPVC warranty. From Kingston to Montego Bay, Domus delivers peace of mind with every installed unit. Experience the Domus difference. Call or WhatsApp 619-1223 for Caribbean UPVC solutions.
Built for security and hurricane resistance, doors, windows, fencing, and handrails. Located at 16 Chelsea Avenue, Kingston 5, inside the Summit building A. And last but not least, Bridge Official. You can go ahead and follow them at The Bridge Official. They're located inside South Dale Plaza. Now, to my right is my lonesome female panelist, Janae Robinson, owner of The Sports Girlie. Yay! And then to my left is Shaquille O'Neal Bente, owner of Stadium 876. Now. Us this morning was the women's high jump. Who do we have, Bente?
All right, so our lone competitor today was Lamara Distin. She unfortunately did not qualify for the final. She did not make a mark. She could not clear 1.83 meters after 3 attempts, and she finished 17th in the Group B qualifications. Relative good effort. I'm sure she will be disappointed not to make the finals, but it was not her best season, I can say, by Lamara Distin. So we're looking forward to better things, and hopefully we can get people going towards LA 2028 into the high jump finals.
Yeah, I mean, we would have been saying it, from week. Her PB is 2 meters, so 1.8 is nothing for her to clear. She's gone 1.9 this season, but we've been saying, it's not her best season, right? So, as for that, I was more so thinking to myself, it might be just a little bit hard. I know that in her post-race interview, she was saying that obviously she's disappointed because she would have wanted to, post-jump interview. She would have wanted to qualify, but I have faith that, again, representation, we've just been, talking about that from the week it started. We would have loved to see her in the final though, but it was just not meant to be today. Yeah. Then next up, we would have had the women's 800 meters. We saw 3 Jamaican women, our new national champion, Kellyanne Beckford. We also saw Natalia Gould topping and Adele Tracy. Unfortunately, and I think I did say it, I was expecting one to go through to the next round. Natalia Gould started out well. She was in heat number 7, the final heat. Started out well. She progressed 1.5966. So, I mean, come on, that's the 5th fastest time going into the semi-final. Wasn't expecting anything less. She's been here before. This is maybe her 7th, based on my check, her 7th World Championships. So it's not far-fetched for her to actually make it to the semis and obviously make it to the final. Unfortunately, Kellyanne Beckford, I mean, what to say, it's her first year, first World Championships. Obviously we've seen her indoor, we've seen her and what she's capable of, but I just feel like it was just a little bit too hard for her. She also expressed that she was disappointed that she didn't make it through. She said, she is back in Jamaica to train, and I think I said yesterday, a little birdie told me that she's at MVP. She's back in Jamaica to train, and she was saying, being in Jamaica as an 800-meter runner, you don't get into a lot of competitive 800s, so she just feel like, that hurt her chances. And yeah, she's disappointed but grateful. And she's saying that she felt like she could have done it just a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
Because she could have. She was 4th in her heats, but it was just not meant to be. Adele Tracy, I mean, based on what we heard about her leg and the suitcase falling on her foot in a day, before the 1500 meters, to be honest with you, I never expected her to advance because I know that she was in a lot of pain. She did not advance. She unfortunately did not advance. She as well in her post-race interview said that she was disappointed as well. You know, she wanted to make it to the next round. She would have loved to make it to the final, but she expressed that she's always excited to compete for Jamaica. And you can say, I mean, Miss Congeniality, that's what I call her. She's always excited, she's always graceful, and she's always happy.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll start with Adele since that's where you ended. Yeah, it was always going to be rough for Adele. I think the panel yesterday would have expressed that we really just expect Mrs. Natalia Goldtopping to go through to the next round. And I think that's just where we are right now. I don't think that we won't develop naturally.
Right.
You speak about representation, and Natalia Goldtopping has been representing Jamaica beautifully.
Yes.
And I think that's something that we can expect somebody to come and take that torch from her eventually. Adele Tracy, flag bearer, does it with a smile every single time, regardless of the circumstances that may befall her. So I never really expected her to go through based on those circumstances. But yeah, it was good for her to come out and give a showing. I would also say for Beckford,
yes,
I'd say for Beckford that truthfully I did not expect her to go through, but I'm glad that she got this experience. And it's one of those things where I say to you, we are coming and getting that World Championship experience, getting that experience in a major championship, whether Olympics or World Championship, is always good for an athlete. It's always good to measure yourself against the best of the best at the time, and you can only beat who's in front of you. And she has something to take back to the drawing board. And for Natalia Goldtopping, come on.
I mean, well done. What else can we say, right? Oh, and I also did not say that Adele was actually 7th in her heat, unfortunately, 2:01.70. Yeah. What's the next event that we had today?
I wanted to just touch on the javelin a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
So, I know this is a Jamaica show, but I want to really big up Keyshawn Walcott of Trinidad and Tobago. I remember when I was 12, and that's my favorite Olympics ever because it was Jamaica 50. Yeah, I'm on a mission.
What year was that?
2012.
So you were 12 in 2012?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Today's the day. Yes, but that was a very special Olympics. And at that point in time, a young Keyshawn Walcott, I believe he was 19 at the time,
that is crazy,
won the Olympic championship gold in the javelin.
Crazy.
Never been done before. He's won at the NACAC level.
Yeah.
He's won at Pan Am. He's won at Carifta.
Yes.
The only medal he never got was at the World Championship. And this morning, at the age of 31 years old, I believe, he got that medal, that elusive medal. And guess what? The Caribbean did well for itself because in silver, we have Anderson Peters of Grenada. And I think that just speaks to the level to which the Caribbean can develop overall. So Caribbean can put some plan in place, make we become a powerhouse and, get rid of all of these things. So I just want to congratulate those two gentlemen in that event.
I loved it. Trinidad, Sunshine Snacks, Snacksy, that's what I call them, with all respect, right? But it's just a Twitter thing, right?
Yeah.
So we call them Sunshine Snacks, but when I saw it, man, 1-2, we're going to always celebrate, or no matter what, right? We are going to always celebrate each other, and to see two Caribbean countries on the podium, a gold and a silver, what else could we ask for? Nothing else. Nothing else.
Just a Jamaican.
Yes, just a Jamaican. Yeah. Actual factual. Now the next event, triple jump.
Yep. Yeah. So we had the women's triple jump, and I'm going to pull up the stats for you here. The final, of course. We had two ladies in the final. Of course, one of those ladies being Akila Smith, who also competed in the long jump. She was placed 8th with a jump of 14.37 meters. That was only good enough for 8th. And we had, of course, the ever-present, the ever-talented, the great Shanika Ricketts. Shanika Ricketts placed 5th this time in the final. She had a best jump of 14.56 meters. And I can only say, Kareem, that I am proud of her. The eventual winner of the event From Cuba, Miss Hernandez.
You did say that, though.
I did say she would win.
did.
I did say she was going to be the
Yes.
winner. I had her as the winner right now. Second place for Dominica, Miss Tia Lafon, who left it
On
to the
her
last
final jump.
Yeah, on her last jump, she got there and took that silver medal from the great Yulma Rojas and Povea from Cuba coming fourth. That rounded up the top 5. So in order to get into the top 4, you had to have a jump of 14.72 meters or above.
That is crazy.
That is just showing you the quality of the field that is there. If Shanika Ricketts cannot get a medal, Shanika Ricketts, you are talented. Do not hold your head down for any moment. I am proud of you. I don't know if that means much to you. Kareem is proud of you. I know everybody is proud of you. The entire Jamaica is proud of you. We love you so much. And Akila Smith as well. We love you so much. Thank you for being a torchbearer, a flag bearer of the triple jump and of field events, so to speak, within the country. And I think they represented well.
Oh yes, man, absolutely. Yesterday I would have said Akilia obviously not having the best of her season. This is her first year pro, and we know what Akilia is, capable of. But I said I would love to see her in at least the top 8, and that's what she did. In Paris last year, she was 7. This year she's jumped 2 of her best jumps, yes, but she's still working out the kinks. 8th place. What else could we ask for? She said in her post-race interview that she wanted to be among the medalists. Yeah. She wanted to be on that podium, and she's sure that she'll come back next year and the year after and do spectacularly great things. But she said that she's made a lot of technical errors that she will not make moving forward. And again, she's saying, it's just my first year pro. So next year, I won't be a rookie anymore, and I will just be, just moving forward. So, just congrats to her. Once again, another Jamaican in another field event final. Love to see it. Shanika Ricketts, wow, man. Oh, my God. 5th place. Let me just give you Shanika Ricketts' stats real quick, in case y'all forgot, all right? 2015 Beijing World Champ, she was 11th. 2016 Rio Olympic, 14th. 2017 London World Champs, 8th. 2019 Doha World Champs, she got a silver. 2021 Tokyo Olympic, 4th. 2022 Eugene World Champs, silver. Budapest World Champs, 4th. 2024 Paris Olympic, silver. And obviously she got a knockout gold this year as well, but 5th place this time around, and obviously she would have been disappointed. I actually said yesterday I had her for a sure silver medal, and I was saying the gold is not out of reach, which is really not for her, for an athlete of her caliber. Unfortunately, it was just not her day. She would have shared her disappointment in her post interviews as well. Just to say, she's disappointed the way things turned out, but she's grateful that she's in yet another final, that she's 5th in the world. And for that, she's grateful. She said that, obviously we would have said it, the competition is up there, right? So she said, she knew she had to fight given the competition, and she felt that she overpushed on a couple of her attempts, and that is the reason she ended up fouling in a couple of her attempts as well. But we can't beat Shanika. We will never. You've given to this country, you've always been there, you've always been in the mix, and if we can depend upon anybody to make a final and to possibly medal, it is you. So as we're going to say, we're proud of you, if that means anything at all. But just as a countryman, we're just proud that you're always going to be there and always doing just so well for us. Yep. Well, that's it for us. Then we saw the 200 meters. The 200 meters, oh my God, they lived up to every single expectation that I had. Remember what I said yesterday, what did I say? I said, Brian Level, the gold medal is yours, come for it. You don't have to even, you understand? No matter worry yourself, but the 200 meters absolutely lived up to our expectations. And we're gonna start with the men?
Yeah.
Okay. Start with the men, and we saw 3 Jamaicans that we were so proud of to actually moved on. First up, we had Christopher Taylor in semifinal number 9. Semifinal number 1, he was in lane 9. Unfortunately, a 5th place for him. But he has another PB, another personal best. What else is there for him to ask for? This is, I think, his 4th of the season with 20.21 seconds, a valiant effort. But Uganda was in that race. Kenny Benerick was also in that race. They got the 1-2, Kenny being first. There's not much to say, because we did say we would love to see a PB. We would have loved to see a sub 20, but didn't get the PB, so we can't say nothing about it. Then in Let me skip semifinal 2. Then in semifinal number 3, we saw Adrian Carr. This is his 4th global championships, right? And he delivered a PB as well for 5th, 20.08 seconds. Again, the competition was just too high caliber for Adrian, especially for this being his first, right? Because you had Noah Lyles, you had Zanel Hughes. And I think I said it yesterday that Noah said, you know, what he's been seeing, he's going to turn on the turbo. Yeah. And that he did. He ran a world lead in 19.51 seconds, a season's best as well. The fastest going into the final, and Zanel Hughes in yet another final for him in 19.95 seconds. Before I go to Brian Lavelle, Noah Lyles in his post-race interview said his coach told him to run coming off the curve 10.2. Okay. So I'm saying in his head that's all he was going for. And, you know, him just number one body to be off of the curve before him. Cool. But Noah said, when they asked him, so when you said the 19.5, like, what do you say? He said, firstly, that was stupid. He said, that's stupid of me to run 19.5. That's an indication that he knows that he exerted some energy. But I would have said, I can never count out a Noah Lyles in a 200 meters, and it's going to be a fight to the finish. If Brian Lavelle is the gold medalist, it is going to be a fight to the finish, but Noah Lyles showed a pretty good showing today. He shows why he's a defending champion. He shows why he's who he is. He shows why he's an American record holder in the 200 meters. He shows why he's Noah Lyles. So Adrian Carr, I don't think had a chance in that race, to be honest with you. But the big man, the man of the hour, Brian Lavelle, I don't know what to say. And I'm a man of many words. I talk for a living.
True.
That's what I get paid to do. But Brian Lavelle, step to the front. 19.78. Yesterday I said that's the easiest 19.8. Today I'm going to say that's the easiest 19.7.
Yeah. Of humans.
Of humans. Not Usain Bolt, because Usain Bolt is an alien. Yeah. But that's the easiest 19.7 that I've ever seen. And he said it in his post-race interview as well. There's more in the tank. I just wanted, because yes, it's a semi-final. So I would have exerted more energy than I did yesterday. So he admitted that. But there's way more in the tank. They asked him, what do you take of the 19.5? I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
That's my gold medalist, by the way. Let me just tell them that again. It's going to be hard. The top 4, because let's see Tobago, who was second in that race. Again, we can never count out Tobago. We know what he's capable of, the Olympic champion. But that for me, the top 4, it will be fighting. Brian Lavelle, Noah Lyles, Kenny Benerick, let's see Tobago based on what we saw today. Great showing from all 4 men.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I just want to wrap up some stuff. Christopher Taylor, we couldn't ask for more. Absolutely. I guess PB means that your body has gone where it's never gone before. Yes. So thank you for that PB. We wanted the sub 20, but we didn't get it. I feel like it's eventually going to come. He's rounding up into shape. Absolutely. Remember, he was not competing for so long. Yes. And I'm just so glad to see Christopher Taylor back where he belongs on the world stage. So Kenny Bednarek won that race. He's going to be a contender. Ogando is going to be a contender as well. I don't think he's pushing for the medals, but he's going to help in pushing the field to get to that time where we need to see them. Yes. And I'm talking about low 19s. I'm talking about 19.4s. I'm talking about something below 19.5.
Yeah,
nobody in the top 3 I expect to be higher than 19.68. Nobody at all. Nobody in the top 3 of that 200 meter can run 19.7 and get into that top 3. You heard it here first. Heat 2. No, let's go Heat 3. Because
yeah.
But Adrian Kerr, that is a low PB, 20.08. It's just minuscule. He was fading at the end, and you can see, and that just comes from developing your race overall. And it's going to get to that point where it's going to get great. And I think Adrian Kerr is right there on the cusp of something that is great. It was always going to be a tough task for him. You see the likes of Andre DeGrasse not being able to make it through to the finals. And them and they love make a final.
An Olympic champion.
And if he cannot make the final, you must know how serious the field is. Zanel Hughes trains at racers. Congratulations on making it to the final. Honorary Jamaica. Noah Lyles, 19.51.
Yes.
He never need to do all of that. He did it though. And it just shows the caliber of athlete that he is. Whether you like Noah Lyles or not, the 200 meter is his event, and he will always come to the fore in the 200 meter. He has the respect of the alien in the 200 meter, which is Usain Bolt. Who am I to not respect him in the 200 meter? And he's shown it time and time again. Yes. So Noah Lyles will be there. He will contain a world lead today. Fantastic stuff.
The big man.
Brian Lavelle.
The man of the hour.
Brian Lavelle.
The 21-year-old.
He just took it to another level. He just took it to another level.
Brian Lavelle just took it to another level.
Level up.
Level up. Yes.
19.78. Easy.
Very
Easy 19.78. And I see Let's Sail doing the little bounce same way, but the bounce never look easy this time at all. When somebody's in front of you. And Courtney Lindsay was struggling. That man was struggling coming off of the curve. So it just shows you the form and the ease that Brian Lavelle has. And if he says he's not worried about it, that means that all of Optimum is not worried about it. That means Coach Osborne is not worried about it. That means that they don't have something planned. So I tell you, I'm expecting a 19-5 or a 19-4 from Brian Lavelle coming into this final. And I'm expecting fireworks coming into this final.
Let me just tell you, so 2 interviews that I kind of want to give you guys perspective of. Christopher Taylor, he says that wasn't his best execution, right? And you know, he wished that he was in shape, because if he were to run that 400 meters, he says he would have done 43 seconds as well. And they asked him, are you thinking of doing the 400s next season? He says, yes, I'm going to be doing the 200 meters. I'm going to be doing the 400 meters, but I want to run 19.8 in the 200s. Yes. But I definitely I have unfinished business in the 400 meters. Once we hear that, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very excited. And the fact that he could say, I PB'd, but it wasn't my best execution, you just know that he's aware. And I love an athlete who's aware and not, Yeah, I'm happy to see Christopher Taylor jump back into his Same, bro. Come
Remember
on.
saying, man, we love seeing him lock him head and come around the curve.
Come on, man.
I think the 400 meter is Christopher Taylor's best event, and I think he has a global medal for Jamaica
coming up
in the 400 meter again.
Coming up. And finally, Tobago, before we move to the women, he said in the first round he felt he didn't run the curve comfortably, even though he was very relaxed. So he said his aim was to run a better curve. And then he just wanted to piece them together. So the first heat where he was super comfortable, this heat where he ran the curve like he should have in the final, he's very confident that he'll also be amongst the mix. And once again, I do not doubt the Tobago and the Botswanans, basically.
Botswana.
Yeah. All right. Now, it's time for the women's 200 meters, and Now, we saw 2 ladies today. We saw, 2 ladies. So the championship record holder, the Shericka Jackson, the fastest woman alive over the distance. And then we saw Ashanti Moore, right? The first time national title winner. And it's what I would say, expected, especially for me. I can only speak for me, so I'm not talk for them. But I think it's what I expected. We saw Ashanti Moore in semifinal number 2, and she was third, 22.51 seconds. And I would have said it, you know, Ashanti has been having a great season. She would have done multiple PBs this season. And, you know, the last time she was here at the World Championships in 2023, she was a reserve that happened to run, who fell out of the heats. And to see her now one round more to the semifinals next time around, obviously I'm expecting big things from her. In that semifinal, obviously it was going to be hard for her, but I'm just glad that she actually finished third. 1 second. I'm pull it up because I don't understand. Okay, so in her semifinal, obviously we would have seen Melissa Jefferson Wooden, who basically walked across the line in 22 seconds, and Dina Asher Smith looked pretty good, you know, 22.21 seconds. So unfortunately, Ashanti Moore did not qualify for the final. Now, in semifinal number 1, we saw Shericka Jackson, the best we've seen her all season, 21.99 seconds. The first time that she's dipping under 22 seconds for the season. Amy Hunt was around there struggling, and she ran a PB, 22.08. So just to show you where Shericka is at, she also took a little time across the line as well. I don't know how me feel about her, so I won't speak about her coming on to the semi bias. So I'll just hand it over to Jenny.
We're getting a medal in the 200. Shericka is getting a medal, and that's it. Mark my words, bias or no bias, yes. Shericka is getting a medal. But I really want to speak on Ashanti Moore because she had almost a chance of getting into that final, and she just deserves massive respect for that. She made a post on Instagram 2 hours ago saying, what a privilege it is to be exhausted by a challenge you chose for yourself. Some will, some may, some won't. Not everything needs to happen right now. When you force timing, you miss divine alignment. Rushing leads to mistakes, frustrations, and missed lessons. But when you slow down, connect to your faith, and trust the process, everything starts to align with ease. Remember, delay doesn't mean denial. Some of the best things in life are worth the wait. And I do believe that in the years to come, this statement will manifest itself. If she believes that right now, in the position she was in at this World Championships, we can only expect better from Ashanti. So, big up to the girl them. You guys did a great job. And Sharika, you know, for the girl. Yeah. Mats it up.
Shaquille.
Yeah, I agree. Good showing by our ladies today in the semifinals. Ashanti Moore, things to be proud of. Janae, I didn't even know that the social media post went up, but she seems to be in good spirits and an understanding of where she is and where she needs to be. And some things, you know, are, if you're of God's directions, that means certain things when they aren't for you at this current time must be a form of His protection. So at the end of the day, I think Ashanti Moore understands what she has to do is valuable experience. I always mention getting this valuable experience at the World Championship stage because you're going against the best of the best. And at this point in time, you're 10th among the best of the best and you're only off by 0.03 seconds or 0.02 seconds from making it to a final. And you can't complain about that. For Sharika Jackson, fastest qualifier. Yeah, Sharika Jackson, thank you for the medal in advance.
I love to hear it. Now over to the men's 800 meters. Historic for us because it's the first time in the same championship. We do have 2 semi-finalists in the 800 meters. We saw Navaski Anderson and Tyrese Taylor. Now going into the semi-final, Tyrese Taylor was the national record holder that he got this year, which was snatched back from him. Tyrese 7th in his semi-final, 1:46.56. Unfortunately, that won't be enough, but I mean, as I would have said, he's done 8 of his best times in his career this year. He got a bronze medal at the recently concluded NACAC. He also got the national record this year as well, so 2025 obviously is a spectacular year for him. He said in his post-race interview that the bounce that he got threw off his pace and that threw him off, and he knew that he could have absolutely, you know, been in the final if that didn't happen. They also asked him, because he has 1 year left in his college career, right? And he says he's not sure if he's going to go pro or go back to UE, all right, uni, because, you know, he was at the University of Arkansas. But he says he's going to talk to his coach, and, you know, if he decides to go pro, you know, he'll also let us know. But just a good showing. Again, a historic moment for us, so I can't too complain, yeah? Navaski Anderson, step to the front because I doubted you. Not doubted in your capabilities, but I just doubted based on the heat that he was in the semifinals that he was in, and just based on what we saw from Tyrese in the first heat, I was just saying to myself, wow, you know, he's onto something. The first Jamaican man to be in a World Championships final for us, and Navaski, him take back him national record. He gave Tyrese it for a little while, hold his name on my G, but I'm ready for it. You understand me? What a run. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Spend a little bit of time talking about Navaski because when I was watching the race,
out of this world.
He started really well.
Oh yes, absolutely.
The pack.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, he ran that race really smart.
Very, very smart.
Right? And for me, what kind of resonated the most is that he's living in every single moment of this championship. I can foresee him being 56, 65, looking back at his years in track and field and just being satisfied that he soaked up every moment. He stayed on that track, he looked at the screen, he waited till the camera came to him, he was animated, he was just elated, and it would seem as if Navaski was the one that won a gold medal.
Yes.
Based off of how he was at the end of his race. But big respects to you, Navaski. I think you are on a mission this year, and you're proving a lot of people who doubted you wrong, and I support that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, his PB before this, 1:44.18, am I correct? He 143.72, the first Jamaican man for go sub 144. And I must just say, Navaski again stepped to the front. He was third in his heat, obviously qualified by time, and that's the 5th fastest time going into the final. But well, a matter of fact, in his post-race interview, I think he said that he's going for a medal. Right, he said, I'm proving to the world that Jamaica is also good in the middle distance races. And, you know, there are people in the semi-final that came in with better time than him, faster times than him. And he had one of the slowest time, but that doesn't mean anything to him. That means that the boy did better than him. That's what he said, right? He says he wasn't focused on the national record. He wasn't focused on the time, just wanted to advance. And they asked him, you know, what's next? He said, to give my best in the final. And then said, okay, so what is the best? And he says, well, to prove to you guys that I'm one of the best 800-meter runners.
And that's a humble statement to me.
Yeah.
I don't think he's putting too much expectations out there for himself. And I think that Jamaica should really just give Navaski his props at this point. I think we haven't seen anybody like that in forever. So as in Navaski, you've earned it, and congratulations. When finals, do your best. And you never know. It's 2 laps you have around the field. Somebody can drop, somebody can trip. You don't know what can happen. So just go out there and do your best, and we're proud of you.
Indeed. Benty.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with a lot of the stuff that you guys would have said. Extremely proud of Navaski to do that. I was one of the doubters, I can say, and doubters in the sense of him not making it to the final because we've never seen it before. But history is there to be rewritten, and he's the tool that is rewriting history.
Yes.
And if he says he wants to go and prove that he's one of the best in the 800 meters, not for Jamaica, but one of the best in the 800 meters overall, then who am I to doubt what he can ride for himself? Yeah. And I won't ever doubt that. 1 minute 43 seconds, 0.72. Yeah, really good. New national record, he said. Just hold it a little bit, warm me up, and I come feed, put it on a plate, and I just
take it back, man. Take it back, my boy.
So, and I think these two gentlemen will push one another for years to come. And that's a good showing. We speak about the representation all the time. The representation is important in track and field. And these two guys are going to represent Jamaica for a long time and are going to push the bounds of the 800 meter for years to come. And that's what I can expect. So looking forward to them having a good time overall. And looking forward to Navaski having a good final.
Yeah. We saw 2 of the greatest 400 meter races that I've watched in a long time. And based on what we saw in the semifinals, we would have predicted that Mr. Busang would have been the gold medalist. Coming in, my favorite would have been Ja'Cory Patterson. When I saw Mr. Busang in the first round, I changed and I did say I'm expecting the Africans to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't happen. Botswana, gold and bronze, and Jareem Richards finally on the podium with a new national record. The listen man, Jareem the Dream Richards, Busang 43.53, world lead, personal best for gold. Jareem Richards 43.72, national record and a PB, and Endori 44.20, season's best for bronze. Rasheen, Big Boy McDonald 4th, 44.26. I'm not gonna really talk about anybody else because, you know, obviously for time, but I just want to say to you, Big Boy, you showed us this season why you're our national record holder. You've showed us this season why you are one of our best, well, the best 400 meter runner Jamaica has ever seen. And when you talk about hate, it's not hate. We've seen your potential and we know what you're capable of. And this is what I think my fellow countrymen, you know, have been saying when they're critiquing you. This season, I hope you're proud of what you've done. You've run, I think, 3 of your top 5 best times in your entire career. And I want you to take this video and just know, say, and a bash where I bash you, because we knew that you could have done this. Congratulations to everybody on the medal table, but congrats to Big Boy.
Retweet.
Retweet.
I also want to add with a quote at the top that Big Boy, I think now people have understood what you've been trying to say, right? I think that for the people that do have an opinion, especially if it is in a negative light, that can done now. Big Boy literally defied odds. the whole championship.
Every single round.
I think because of what he said, that he wanted to get a medal, even though he didn't get it.
We're still proud.
The fight that big boy start run from 0 meters to 400 meters.
Yeah.
Like, him never take time for going the race. Him just run. Like, I've never seen big boy run so. Like, he was just going full out. And to be very honest with you, big boy, you deserve everything coming to you. You've been in the game for a minute now and you're still doing it. And you deserve all the props. Congratulations.
Yeah, Bente, he said in his post interview that he started disappointed because he wanted to medal. He thinks that he tried to cover the field too early. He's disappointed but confident in what's to come. Let's just talk about that just for a little bit.
Yeah, I can understand his sentiments. I remember I was watching it this morning and I was looking at him in the blocks and I don't know, I watch, you know, people's posture and that I sense a little bit of nerves. But that can happen. It's natural. It's natural. There's a thing that comes with your heart rate and your performance level, and it's different for which sport you play. But it's natural for your heart rate to go up, especially in track and field, for your performance to go up. And I think he did well. His reaction time wasn't the fastest in comparison to everybody else of the field. I think him and the Japanese runner had one of the slower reaction times. And he had to do more to cover.
Yes,
and he mentioned it there.
I think that's the reason, yeah.
And he mentioned there having to cover. So I feel like for a point, he was trying to push his body more than run his own race. But I can say this, in terms of what people would provide as critique or constructive criticism or give their opinions towards you, big boy, I can say you did a lot to silence your doubters this season. Because one thing that they always had to say was your consistency when it came to the 400-meter game. Nobody can question your consistency this season. There's not a singular person on this earth that can question your consistency this season. And if they do question it, I have one simple response to that. Just keep quiet.
That is it.
Just keep quiet. And Jareem the Dream Richards, fantastic run from lane 2. Fantastic run from lane 2. I always tell you, I am going to support the Caribbean athletes, and I think for the land of the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, you made yourself, go drink a rude boy and go enjoy yourself, or maybe some puncheon if that's what you want. You've earned it. I think you put, at 31 years old, you put your country on the podium at the championship, their second medal of the championship in one day, and I think there's something for, you know, in what's a current climate for them to be proud of. So yeah, it was a good 400 meter, and for Botswana, oh my God. We're looking forward to the 4x4.
Their first ever world championship gold medal.
First ever world championship for a man. And yeah, it came in the unlikeliest of forms coming into the championship, I can say. And he's run 43 twice this championship. Big. And yeah, people, be afraid. He's here to stay. He's here to stay. He's here to stay. And Dory, I'm upset with you if you come and take big boy medal, but yeah, I can't. You put on a fight and for your country, first and third, yeah. Yeah.
And just to close, Jareem Richards in the 400 meters in 2023 at the Budapest World Champs, he fell out in the semifinals. In Paris Olympic last year, he was 4th. Right? Remember, so Jareem is used to do more 200 meters at big championships. Let me just say this, but I was telling you, nothing but time and God. You understand? So big up yourself. Now, to the best middle distance runner of all time, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, you, ma'am, you are so goated. No girl, no time, no weird, no how can test you. Man, I ask you, send for your bad girl, she's not born yet, so you can't send for her. I said it on the space last night. I've been saying it all season. She's coming for the gold medal, and she is getting a record. People are telling me that they don't really think so, and when they step down on all these things, man, I'm going to say too much. Sydney, I'm crowning you the greatest middle distance female 400-meter female runner of all time, and that's just that, and no girl can take it from you until they've proven, till them do what you do. You understand me? A world record in the 400-meter hurdles, and then you've dismantled the American record, and then you come and you do it again, and now you're the second fastest woman in history over a distance that you don't even run. That you've decided this season, I just want to try it. She got the gold, 47.78 seconds, championship record, a national record, a PB, Paulino, 47.98 seconds, national records as well, and a personal best. And Salwa, 48.19 seconds. Nikisha Price, 8th, 49.97 seconds. I must say my top 3 was indeed in that order. So please to crown me as well. Yeah. Janae.
Yeah, do that and beat her.
No, that's good.
Because Sydney is what I call, or if you look up the word anointed, you find Sydney.
Yes.
Walking, and she walks in her purpose every single time. Now for me specifically, this final was so cool because Sydney wasn't the only one to gain some form of accolade from it. 5 other women, whether it was season's best, personal best, whatever it was,
national record,
they were able to push themselves to such a limit. I even give credit to Nikisha Price because trust me, she's gonna eventually get to a stage with all of this experience where we'll see her full potential blossom. But Sydney, you're bad. And anything that you're doing, if you're pushing yourself this year, if you're trying new things, because probably the sport gets a little boring for you, you inspire me to just not be afraid, be audacious, anything that you do. And kudos to all of those women. 8 women in that final.
Everybody.
All of you entertained us with the best ending to a track meet.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Indeed. Benti.
Yeah, I think I said it yesterday or day before where we would have every lady in this final run sub 50. Every single one.
Oh, yes, you did.
We had 2 ladies running sub 48. Before I go to the glaze of Sydney McLaughlin-Leveron, because it is necessary. This is necessary glaze. Nikisha Price, I want to say it's her first global final, right? Yeah. Congratulations in doing that. Just this experience, I'm telling you about the experience and what the experience is going to do to you. And Janae said it just a while ago. Nikisha Price is here to stay, and she's going to give us some performances that is going to be spectacular. I think a lot of people don't know this season is long. This season has been long. So regardless, if you're not an athlete that's used to it, it's going to be a long season for you. And I think coming to seasons that are shorter, Nikisha Price is going to do much better and then be able, as time progresses, to manage a long season like this. So Nikisha Price, hold your head high. And if it needs to be held up, no worry, my social media presence will do that for you. You big it up every day if you need to be. Right? I want to now touch on the top 3.
Yes.
What a run from Paulino. Because out of nowhere did she blister to get that silver medal. And not only did she get that silver medal, she dipped under 48 seconds. And dipping under 48 seconds has not been done for 40 plus years.
Yes, yes.
For 40 plus years, it has not been done. So I want you to understand, I'm living in the best time that I got to see Usain Bolt, Roger Federer, all them people. And now I'm getting to see the likes of Paulino and Sydney McLaughlin-Leveron.
Yes.
Because Sydney McLaughlin-Leveron, let me tell you something, there's a list that I have, and I call them extraterrestrials. You are now in that list. You are already there from the 400-meter hurdles. You know?
Yes.
But how crazy is it for you to look at the entire world who is telling you that the 400-meter hurdles title is put down for you every single year. You're sure of $70,000 every single year at the World Championship. And you're saying, no, let me go to a different event. An event that I have not yet stopped my name in. An event that I am not the world record holder in. And say, guess what? Give me this money here. Give me this championship record. Give me this sub 48 second. I need it now. Sydney McLaughlin-Leveron, I tweeted that you are one of God's favorite, and it proves to be true every single time. Oh my gosh, what a talent.
What I want to bring up, I wonder if her next challenge will be to take up the 100-meter hurdles. Now, why I say this?
She's going to come to that.
She ran one race, well, she did 100 and 100-meter hurdles this year at the Grand Slam track, and she came second in that event. Now, I'm wondering if Sydney just masters the speed parts, because you know, for her this is just a little bit longer, you have more time to do things. Will she do the same thing again? Because at this rate, is that the standard that we have to expect from Sydney?
She could. Anything is possible at this point with her, and I feel like she's going to challenge herself each and every time, and that's why she's a great for me. Yeah.
Janae asked the right question, but my bet was on the 200-meter. So I guess in the comments they can just tell us which event them think Sydney will do next.
She's going to do next.
We just want to know which one she'll do next. And I think that's what I loved about the Grand Slam too, that not only did you run your own event, we got to see you in another event. So you added the perspective of the 110 meter, the 100 meter hurdle, sorry. And truth be told, maybe that's where I love to see her next for real.
That is true. All right, can we just take a break just for a second? I am hot as shit.
You're hot.
What? How long we're gone? 40? 47?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, just want to say thank you to my two panelists today, Janae Robinson, yay, Shaquille O'Neal Benty, and to my production team, Everett Webster and Azari Barnett. Guys, comment your predictions below for the 200 meters. I want to see them, please, and thank you.
Talk about him tonight.
Yeah, man, you understand? And also the space will be tonight as well. So big up on yourself. Have yourself a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. This is Track and Tingz. Big up to my sponsors, Top Bar, Domus Windows and Doors, The Bridge Official, and Mark's Superstore. You understand? Here we go.